Yes, 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 yes. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a night of poetry. This yeah, it's gonna be great. Tonight we have a poet, an author, a teacher, a community builder, co-founder of P.E.A.C.E, a nonprofit that uses the arts to uplift communities. I am so thrilled to have such a cool person on the show tonight. My name is Nicholas Tanek. This is your kinky friends. And everything we talk about tonight is between consenting adults. We're consenting adults. This is a lifestyle. This is a culture. Um, we are decent people. We're law-abiding citizens. We don't hurt people. Unconsensually. Yeah, we're decent people. We're good people. We're trying to get by in a world that just is so judgy and hateful. Don't judge. Think about it. Take inventory of your life. See how judgy you are, and all those people don't like you and don't want to be around you because you're judgy. Be cool. Be kind. Keep an open mind. This is your kinky friend. This is so cool. I am so glad. I am so glad you're here. Tonight, we have we have Karen Joyner-Washington, also known as Wintah Storm. We're going to talk about poetry. We're going to talk about performing. We're going to talk about kink. We're going to talk about writing kinky poetry. We're going to talk about expression. And you know what? It's people like us. It's the writers, the written word. We're preserving the culture.
Yes, we are.
We're making it last. Yes. When we're gone, our words will be here. That's what we're trying to do. Make this disposable art permanent. Get 15% off all inventory at lockedandless.com with offer code YKF. And you can support the show by Cash App. It's capital YKF, all lowercase Tanek. But go to yourkinkyfriends.com. So let me ask you this. We are here with Karen Joyner-Washington, aka Wintah Storm. Let me ask you this: what's inspiring you these days?
Oh, wow. So I am getting inspired these days by newer poets, like people I have never met before, and listening to what they have to say has been driving me to really work harder because I am always inspired by people I've never met. And then I find these amazing pens out here, and I'm like, ooh, let me step my game up.
Yeah, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of a scene and having poetic friends, right?
Yeah.
Having kinky friends, kinky poet friends are even better. So
Oh,
we're gonna get to poetry. We're gonna get to the poetry because I love the art of words and the art of wordplay. Let's get kinky first. How did you get involved in the BDSM kink community?
so believe it or not, I went to a poetry show called The Sex Show in Charlotte, hosted by Israel Poet. And no, it's not sex on stage, but he gives erotic poetry, BDSM demonstrations, dancers, the whole gambit. And I saw a BDSM demonstration and I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And like the guy at the time, his name was Hef, and he just, oh, it was just like breathtaking. And I'm like, I wanna be there. Can I be a part of that? And it just opened up this world. And then in Colombia, I ran into a couple that was getting started in doing BDSM themed events, and just going to their events and being a part of that, it opened up my world.
Now we have a mutual friend. What a magnificent woman, Lady Red. Shout out to Lady Red from Interview My Kink. It's such a cool person. It's like straight up, she's so cool. She's great. How did you meet Lady Red? Tell me about your experience, your friendship with Lady Red.
So I met her at one of the dungeon party events that was hosted by the couple that I met that kind of was doing events in Colombia. And so I met her through those events. And at first we kind of met, just watching everything. And then like I said, very cool person, so nice, so everything, just inviting, sweet, all of those things. Will answer questions if you had any, showing you different things. And then she started being one of the DOMs at the event. So I'm like, oh, okay. So she was doing different demonstrations that you could participate in. And I was like at the Dungeons event. And again, she's just an awesome person, just absolutely amazing.
Lady Red was doming people out.
Listen, let me tell you
I want to see
something.
that. I want to see that. I
She
so
was
want to
putting
see
that
that.
work in.
Yeah, I so want to see. I love it. It's one of the most transformative and inspiring experiences when you see someone on in a dungeon scene and dungeon floor, like getting into it, doing their it's being like a different, evolved kinkster. It's so great. It's so inspiring. All right, let's talk about kink and creative expression.
Yeah.
Do you see the parallels between the freedom of poetic expression and the exploration of kink or alternative lifestyles, and what are they?
I would say because this creative expression that we have is so versatile, we are connected through so many things in terms of our communities and in terms of just being turned on by the things that we see and the things that we do. The kink allows you to just be yourself, your
Yes.
authentic self. And that is something that I think a lot of people don't really understand or don't really realize how powerful that is. And so then being able to express yourself that way and being a part of that, like it takes you to a whole nother level because you would
Mm-hmm.
never do that in your normal everyday life. Like some of the kink stuff that you do, some of it, some of it you would, but some of the stuff that you get involved in, like you would never do in your everyday life. And same thing with expression. I can't express myself like this except in this environment because people don't understand it. So that's a whole nother level, whole open door.
What's an example of something that you never thought you'd be into, but the kink community like really sparked that fire?
Fire play. I
Yeah.
never thought fire play and knife play. Like I never thought I would be into either one of those. But I had an experience with fire play with Shere Khan, and I saw it first. I saw him do it, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to try it, but I don't want to try it, but I want to try it, but I don't want to try it." And then I tried it, and I was like, "What just happened?" And I was in love, and I'm like, "I want to do it again. I want to do it again." And then I had a knife play experience. Like I never thought I would love knife play, but I had a knife play experience. Um, And I was just like, it was the power. Like you can't move because if you move wrong, you're gonna
Yeah.
get cut or something. So it was like don't move, and it's like you gotta take it, and it was just so absolutely amazing that I'm like, yeah, I want this, I want this, I want to keep this going.
Yeah, with knife play, there are weird things that really did it for me. Just like the sound, it coming out of the sheath, and or just like the sound of it, or just the how the blade can gently just glide over the flesh and not cut it. It's like it's a deep, wild, visceral thing. And speaking of fire play, please everybody check out my interview with Sir Aiden Charming. We talk all about the fire play, how the safe way to do it, how to heal, everything like that. It's a great interview. He's a great Sir Aiden Charming is awesome. Shout out to Sir Aiden Charming. What's up? All right. We're gonna do a human centipede episode. Anyway, that's another story. Okay. I'm gonna get a little weird. We're poets. We're poets, right, Karen? So I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna ask you two. This is a two-part question. This is the first part. What is the purpose of poetry in general?
So I would say the purpose of poetry is to have the opportunity to truly express yourself. There is no truer form ever out there anywhere in any style of writing that allows you to get this expressive than poetry. Like I can talk about, I mean, poetry just allows you to bare your soul, and no other form of writing can let you do that. And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it because it was the only time that I could be me, and it just didn't feel like people were judging me. Because you can't judge a person's truth or their lie made to look like truth. But it's just how better to be you than through poetry. That's what
Well
did it for
said.
me. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. What is the purpose of your poetry?
So for me, I want to allow somebody to see that you can talk about everything. I want you to see me, and I want you to see beyond me. I want you to remember the feeling I gave you through my poetry. I want you to be able to connect with me. I
Yeah.
want you to when when I'm gone, I want you to sit down and be like, oh my
Yeah,
God, I remember when you know I
you
heard
get
Wintah
it.
Storm say,
You know what? It's like I could I get it. I feel the same way. And then the first time I spoke to you, oh, just to let everybody know, we're meeting pretty much for the first time on this show. We talked a
yeah,
little bit before, but I'm fine. We're in this together,
yeah,
viewers. So, but like I sense that of you, and like you could tell a poet. Poetry knows poetry. Poets know poets. Real recognizes real. So, would you like to kick it off with a? Would you like to enlighten us with a poetry of yours?
I
Some poetry.
will. I'm gonna go write it for
Okay.
you. I hope y'all.
Okay. I'm gonna. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take myself off screen so they can see
Okay.
you. You're beautiful. You, and all your beauty. All right,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, Wintah Storm, also known as Karen Joyner.
I really don't understand, and how could he not see that, baby? I got two freaks living inside me. I know you remember on Monday when Desire came out to play. See, she's that submissive one. She'll do anything you say. Like when you told her to get down on her knees, because that's the way you like to be pleased. So she gave you that sloppy head till you were speaking Japanese. Or what about on Tuesday when you handcuffed her ankles to the bedpost, covered her body in whipped cream, topped her nipples with crumbled French toast, then proceeded to lick it all off till you damn near choked? Then fucked every hole until the bed damn near broke. And what about on Wednesday? When you turned pain into pleasure, baby, you spanked her ass like you taking some private lessons. And after about that fifth orgasm, your hands became her private obsession. But I know you remember on Thursday when things got a little switched up. See, Fire came out to play. And that top of the line freak, she just don't give a fuck. She went straight for the hot dog, your dick and your balls in her mouth at the same time. And when she opened up her leg, I knew you knew it was dinner time. Cause she rolled your face like she was riding your dick. And then she rolled your dick like she was the main chick. And I know you appreciate how well she could multitask. Cause her fingers never left her clit, not even when you stuck your dick in her ass. And what about on Friday? When she put you into positions you ain't never even heard of. See, I told you about messing around with Fire because that freak live inside of me and I don't even know what she made of. But baby, I can tell. You ain't never been chewed up and spit out. Because when Fire was done with you, you was in a fetal position with your thumb in your mouth. See, Desire will love you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. But Fire ain't trying to hear that shit because she got orgasms she trying to meet. Desire, Desire will be on her bed, spread eagle or on all fours. She'll let you choose. But Fire already got that dildo on her pussy, that vibrate on her clit, making you stand in the corner and daring you to touch your dick. See, I really don't understand. And how could you not see that, baby? I got two freaks living inside me. Fire, Desire. I'll let you choose. At the end of the night, I'm nothing. So I ain't got shit to lose. And that's that piece. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Karen Joyner-Washington. Wow, that was it.
thank,
Oh,
thank
that was
you.
wonderful. Not only Not only did it appeal to my sweet tooth because of, but oh, oh, you have some amazing lines. You have some amazing lines. Thank you. Thank you. This is very well written. And most of all, what I loved about it, you said, like we took the fire. You have that fire inside you. I love it. And I want it to shine, to the world. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. This is gonna be a night of poetry.
yeah,
So let's move on. All right. Um, you started writing poetry just 9 years old, right?
yeah. Mhm.
Do you remember your very first poem?
Oh gosh. So I was sitting in a hospital room with my aunt, my great grand aunt. She had gone to get surgery. She's getting a pacemaker, and my parents had to leave, so I kind of sat in the room with her, and it was like one of those haunting experiences. I'm like, I'm young. I don't want to be here. What is going on? I don't like it. So I was writing how I was feeling, like being stuck in this room all day, watching over her breathe in and out. I wonder if this is my last breath. I just want to go home and play. Like that's literally like the poem. That's how I was feeling. It's like, oh, I kind of like
Yeah.
expressing myself.
That's beautiful. It really is. I look at when you look at your old poetry, how does it make you feel? Like
Oh
throughout the
man,
years, like when I was a teenager when I wrote this.
yeah.
How does it
I,
make you feel? Like what's the first word that comes to your head?
evolved.
Yeah.
I feel, I feel
Right?
like yeah, I've come a long way from when I started. However, some of it was good. Some of it was really good,
Mm.
but some of it
It,
was like no.
oh, I wrote the most pretentious, most douchebaggy shit, and I wasn't trying to be like I really. Oh my! And then I realized, like, was I trying to be all fucking edgy or whatever? It was like I don't know. Then I grew up, I made grown man poetry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm a grown ass man. I gotta. I. Oh God. All right. I'll save it. All right. I'll save it for when we talk about speaking in person. Let's continue on the thing. I can go off on tangents galore. All right. But you used to perform at the Baptist church, right? That's like so. You
Yeah.
used to perform at the Baptist church. How did faith and community shape your voice?
Oh man. So again, when I was young, my mother and father, we stayed, we were one of those kids. We were those kids that when your parents took you to church, we were not just going to church to sit in the pews. Like that was not gonna happen. My parents were like, you're gonna sing on the choir, you're gonna know how to usher, you're gonna know how to do
So you're not
devotion.
counting the hats. You're not counting the hats and looking at the stained glass.
Yeah, you ain't gonna do that. That's not gonna happen. You gonna participate. So like they always had us doing stuff. If somebody said we need a young person to read something, my mother they'll do it. They need somebody to sing, they'll do it. I'm like, Mom, we don't even have the
Yeah,
best voice. She didn't care.
but it
She
doesn't matter.
didn't matter. So we were always working in the church. And one day there was a program. And this lady, the first lady of the wife of the pastor at the time, Phyllis Mitchell, she gave me a poem and she said, I want you to read this during service. And I'm like, okay. So I go and I study it and I'm memorizing it and I'm in front of the mirror practicing, that kind of thing. And then I did it. And it was like, everybody was like, oh my God. And so I went up to her. I was like, did I do a good job? She was like, you were amazing. And then I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm discovering, so this is what God intended for me to do. So faith through that showed me that, oh, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be writing, you're supposed to be performing. This is your gift. And I flew from there. Flew.
That's beautiful. So, Allendale, South
Yeah,
Carolina, home.
South Carolina.
Right.
Yeah.
How's growing up in Allendale, South Carolina, influence your perspective as a poet, as a
Whew.
storyteller?
So Allendale is a very small town with very limited things. So I spent a lot of, and I was not an athlete. My family was athletes. I wasn't one. I was the academic person. So I spent a lot of time reading, a lot of time escaping everything through books. So growing up in a small town with really not much to do but read or do sports, and I wasn't sports. So reading that small town so much. I love the nature of a small town. Get me wrong. I love being outside. It just brought a sense of peace and calming and centering to you. And then from there, just writing, just taking in a sound or a sight or a feeling, because that's all you could do. There was not
Yeah.
much else to do. So then that allows you to be even more, for me, it allowed me to be even more creative. I'm in a book, I'm getting their side of the story, I'm watching my world, which is not much. And then I'm writing all of this stuff based on what I read, what I saw, and then combining it to form a new truth. So it was amazing. It was amazing.
That's a beautiful way to put it too. It combines a new truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Combine to form. See, I can't stop writing. It's like a obsessive compulsive thing. I just always go grab a pen. I'm always like, oh, a good line. I'm writing a romance novel now. And right now it's just quotes. Like the whole file is just conversations. I have an idea in my head, but I haven't like really started it. I haven't outline. But the only thing I have on paper is the real dialogue. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about breaking taboos through art, right? So poetry can challenge societal
Oh,
norms, taboos, like much like discussions in the kink community. And
mhm.
you mixing them together, which I do as well. Um, is a really cool thing, but it's also a way to kind of express a message and push boundaries. So, how do you feel, and through your experience of reading them out loud, how have your poems pushed boundaries and confront topics?
So I'm one of those poets that I will write about anything, absolutely anything. If you give
Yeah,
me a
me too.
topic, let's go. You know, but what I did find is that some poets didn't respect erotic poetry. Like they are like political poetry, all this other stuff,
Or they
poetry has
lump
so
them
many.
together, or
Hmm?
they just label them as erotic poetry. I'm labeled. A lot of my stuff, not all of my poetry is all kinky and stuff like that, but because of this, I'm labeled. There's prejudice amongst poets, right?
Yes,
That
yes,
pisses me off. Oh my god, yeah, you call yourself a poet. Seriously.
exactly. It's
Yeah,
about
yeah, your
expressing
words, your words are wasting my time if you call yourself a poet. Straight up, judge
yes,
me, piece of shit.
yes,
Fuck
yes,
you.
exactly.
All right.
But it's true because it once you get labeled, and that was me. Like I came out in the erotic scene. People didn't even know I wrote other forms of poetry. They're like, "Oh, you only write." I was like, "No, give me a topic, give me a mic. I will show you my whole catalog." But like you said, they want to label you as that person, and then they shit on your name until you show them. And I don't have any problem showing anybody who I am. But when you show them who you are, they're like, "Oh, you do that? I'm a poet. Of course I can do that." But here's the thing, poets can't go in my lane. Like it's crazy. A lot of poets can't write erotic poetry, not good erotic poetry. They can write
Yeah.
some stuff, but it's not good. So it's like you can shit on me because I write erotic poetry well, and I can write other poetry well, but you can't cross over and you're a poet. How does that work? So
You know
that's
what? I have a poet. I have a poem all about that. Do you mind if I read it? This is the first time I'm gonna be reading it to
let's go.
anybody. Well, except one person. There's one person I read it. Now, okay. This is called Reasonable Criticism. No one wants to hear your poem about loneliness. No one. No one wants to read your poem. No one wants to hear your poem. No soon to be unremembered magazine wants to publish your poem. No useless anthology that will be forgotten wants your poem to be buried in its pages. Another useless word on a pointless page in a meaningless book. Your words will not even leave a stain in time. You are not interesting. People have already tuned you out. Why do you want to work so hard to impress other poets who do not care about your words? We are all living on borrowed time. Why waste our time with your pathetic collection of emotional garbage? Lazy rhyme schemes? Uninspired metaphors? Your similes are like cirrhosis. Using someone else's already unoriginal style to be published in a mundane book, a book that most people will not bother to read, a book that will be collected and forgotten. You have one life. Convey a message. You have one life. Connect with someone. You have one life. Do not waste our lives with your words. Poets should have clarity, consistency, courage. As readers, as listeners, we choose to pay time, emotion, and attention to your words. Write something real. Write something original. Write something that is your own. And as readers, as listeners, as artists, we are all insulted. You have not inspired. Your words have wasted my time. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Yes. Okay. But it's true. Like that is such truth because so many people do it. So many people do it. It's
It's
crazy.
funny. It's called reasonable criticism because it's kind of a mixture of criticism that like I feel I get, you know,
Mhm.
and also a mixture of the way I feel about your poetry, not yours, but like like a lot of other people's poetry.
Yeah.
Karen, I must say, I love your poem. I'm still thinking about it. The wordplay,
Thank
the energy, everything about it. I love it. Please send a copy to me. I'm gonna put it. I'd love to put it on the page for it. All
Sure.
right. All right. Let's get it. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. All right. I gotta find the right questions. Topics, boundaries, poetry is a safe space. Poetry is a safe space.
Yeah.
All right. And it has become and has served a safe space for you. Tell us about the craft and the stage. How yeah. Let me ask you that. It all starts with inspiration. Once you get that
Okay.
inspiration, you got momentum, right? So for you, how does inspiration and momentum start?
So again, because my my mind just never stops. I feel like I'm one of those people that the only time my mind stops is when I'm sleeping, and then even then I'm in dreams. So for me,
Yeah,
I can yeah, I know, right? I know it's one of
the
those
same way.
things. I can hear like I will hear a beat. I kid you not. I was at a concert and I heard a beat and I automatically pulled out my
The
phone and
concept.
started writing
Yeah.
to the beat, because it was just like, oh, wow, this is great. And now I'm writing a poem. So like anything literally will inspire me. And I'm not looking for it. A lot of times I'm not. I will just be sitting, I will read something and a line will pop out. And I'm like, oh, what can I say? And the poem comes. And it's just that. I'll be emotionally happy. Here's a poem. I'll be emotionally sad. Here's a poem. I will see something and I want to write about it. I want to talk about it. That's me. Like because poetry is a safe space. Poetry is that place that allows you to be that person. You can be multiple people when you're writing poetry. Like everything doesn't even have to be about you. It's like
It has to be it doesn't have to rhyme. It doesn't have to have specific stanzas. You could literally do, you know, and that's what reminds me of hip hop music. 'Cause if you notice, hip hop music has evolved to a point where you don't need a hook, you don't need, stuff like that. So, and that's all based out of poetry, which is beautiful. Oh,
yeah.
beautiful. Okay, so but when you start writing, let me
Mhm.
ask you this. We were talking about beats. I I like to write the beats and music in the background because it keeps the rhythm. keeps the rhythm going. It makes, it helps with rhymes, obviously, if you want to rhyme. But it helps me with how I perform it. You know what I mean? So do you what are the best beats or the best kind of music for you to write to?
So I so if I'm writing something erotic, I have to have sexy music. I'm just being real. So
Yeah, of
um
course.
it has to be that sexy, sensual, just all of that stuff going on. I used to play some Jamie Foxx when his first, well, not the very first album, but the second album. I used to play that because it was like a lot of just sensual stuff on that album. So I'm like, oh,
There's a
he's
lot
like,
of
oh,
yeah, he does a lot of Jamie.
I
Shout out to Jamie Foxx. People he's incredible. He really is.
like,
All right.
seriously, like shout out him.
No,
Honestly, that poem that I did at the beginning, I had him playing in the background when I was writing that.
it's
So
all right.
like I would listen to him and that would inspire my pen. So a lot of I have to have that if I'm writing in that standpoint. If I'm in that terrible mood, like the world is crushing down on me, that's where I'm going. I'm going to that sad breakup. I don't want to call it depressing music, but in a sense, it is kind of depressing. You want
Yeah.
to take a
It's
drink
it,
and you,
it's emotion though. It's and
yeah,
that's what it taps into an emotion, so it inspires that. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that's me. I do that. And music plays in
yeah.
my head all the time too. So it's like I'm
Me
constantly
too.
somebody told me the other day, you just burst out in a song and you don't even sing the whole song. You just bust out. I can't help it. Like a song will pop in my head and then I'm singing it for a few seconds.
Do you
And then
okay,
I'm
let
back
me ask you
home.
this. Does this ever happen to you? Like, I wouldn't say you're in a scene, but like you're in a moment that could go somewhere, like I don't know, flirtation or something, like these things are going good, and you say something that is so good, you have to stop the moment and write it down. Do you ever do that? Hold on, I'm going.
To me. And I'm like, I don't want I didn't stop, but I was trying to record it in my head, like keep it, keep it, keep it.
Yeah. So I repeat it to myself all the time. And if there's music, I put it to the beat. So I kind of make it like
Yeah,
a melody.
I thought I was the only one that did that.
And I try to talk myself into it. If it's good enough, I'll remember it. If it's good
Yeah.
enough, I'll remember it.
And I'm hoping I'm with somebody. I'll say to them, I was like, oh, that was a dope line you just said. And then I'll come back to it and be like, that line you said. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I do
All
do
right, so
that though.
now you have the inspiration. You got the music setting all right. What do you start with? You start with feelings, imagery, or the story? What gets you? What's like?
So I'm a storyteller by nature. Like I feel like
So
almost
your poems
everything I
tell a
write,
story. Yeah,
they tell stories. Yeah, I'm definitely a storyteller. So
me too.
I'm
Mine too.
in story. Yeah, now it could start in the beginning, it might start in the middle, it might start in the end, but it's always a story weaved in there somewhere. So yeah, I don't know where the story will start or how it'll end, but it's always going to be some story type format for me. But yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then writing on page is a lot
Mhm.
different from performing on stage, right? So
Yeah.
let's just start up with this. Do you still get nervous before your performance, or is it just like an adrenaline now?
I honestly think it's adrenaline now. Like I rarely get super nervous, but I do feel the rush. I feel it coming in. I still get those little butterflies, but I'm nothing. But again, I'm being honest with you. I've been performing so much in my life, like that's why it's not as bad. I don't get the stage fright that people get because I've been performing
Yeah,
for so long.
you want that feeling of cool. You want
Yeah,
that cool feeling that like you're the coolest, you're the baddest motherfucker in the place, right? Seriously. That's why it's like if I end that poem, if I open up a poetic show with that, with my poem I just read, it's hard to follow.
yeah.
It's like, no.
You go.
Do you get
You don't
now?
change the atmosphere.
Uh, no. I have my next poem that I'm gonna write. I'll end the show with it. It's a very uplifting poem, and I would love some of your advice. It's a communal poem. that I want to, because I want a poem to last way before I'm done, way before I'm gone.
Right.
And I want other people to add to it. I want to make a communal kink poem, which I feel like I did it. And I'll say it tonight. Let me ask you this though: when you perform on stage, is there a competition? You know, in hip hop music
Mhm.
specifically, it's battling. A lot of it is in it's not even battling like putting someone else down. It's just performing better than the other person. In all performance, it is
Mhm.
right. The competition. Um, how do you deal with the competition in poetry?
So my thing, anytime I hit on stage, anytime I go on stage, my whole mantra is you're going to remember me. You're going to remember my name.
Yeah.
I may not, if I'm doing if I'm doing a competition, I may not win, but I guarantee you somebody in that audience is gonna go, her. When somebody gonna remember me. You gonna come up to me at the end or something. So that has always been my thing. The biggest competition is me. I'm competing against myself because you're only as good as the last time you were on stage. So if I go on stage with this attitude that, oh, I was good last week and I'm gonna do, no, I don't go on like that. I go on with every stage. I don't care how big or how small. You are going to remember me when I leave. Period.
Yes.
I don't care who is better than me. You're gonna remember me. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, you're gonna. And that's poetry. If you really think about it, if you really think about it, we're trying to express ourselves, you know, and it can be in a book that's going to be forgotten, you know, or it could be, but it has to be heard and read and recited. That's what griots do. You know, they tell the stories throughout generation and generation verbally. They say it, you know. That's why I believe live performances are so beautiful. Tell me about a time a live performance completely changed the energy in the room, good or bad.
Oh, okay. So I got
Give
two
me
stories.
both.
I'm gonna tell you
That'd be
both,
cool.
right?
Yeah. All right. Let's do it.
So one time, this guy invited me to perform at something he was doing, karaoke type event, and like in my head, I'm like, this is not really. And he was like, I want you to do erotic poetry, and I'm like, this is not really the environment for that. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, I want you to do it. And he was paying me. So it was like, okay, I'm going to give you, but I knew it was going to be horrible. And sure enough, it was, I got heckled. It was horrible, horrible experience. Because I, as a poet, I know I've been doing this long enough to know when I should be doing a certain type of poetry and when I should not. And I knew this was not the place, but this is what the person wanted. So I had to do what they paid me to do. And from that experience, though, what that made me say to myself is even if you're paying me, even if you're hiring me for something, if that's not the right atmosphere, I'm not doing it. I'd rather give you back your money or do what I'm going to do for this atmosphere. I don't have a problem paying you back, but I'm not going to put myself in that position where people are going to literally think, oh, the worst of me or boo me or think I'm not talented because you got me in the wrong environment for the type of poetry you asked for. Now, outside of that, I've been on stages where I've done poetry and people have thrown money at my feet, and been like, it was that kind of show where they're like, oh, it's for the strippers. And it ended up being for me. Like they literally was like, oh my God, dollars
What kind
coming,
of venue was this?
throwing it at me. And I'm
What
not
kind of
stripping,
venue was
I'm
this?
not doing anything but poetry. I'm just letting these words fly. And they were like, yes, yes. So
What? Just
I'm
curious. What venue was this where they were throwing money at you? And where was it at a strip club?
It was no, it was a erotic inspired event. So
Yeah,
it wasn't
that's
it
cool.
wasn't a strip club, but it was one of those
I'm
events.
just trying to, I'm always trying to, when people tell me stories, I'm just trying to, see pictures in my head of,
Yeah.
because I watch too many movies. All right, let's talk about books, albums, and themes. Your books, An Affair of the Mind and Girlfriend Moments, deal with love, relationships. Can you tell us about these books?
All right. So An Affair of the Mind, the thoughts and feelings of a one-sided love affair. That was my very first book I ever wrote. And it is poetry inspired. So it's not it's not what I write now, but it was what I felt like when I was in love, but not really getting or on the verge of the breakup, you know, how you
Mhm.
feel when you're in that moment, and then when the breakup occurs, and just all those thoughts and those feelings, and you feel great about this person you're with, and then you feel terrible because everything has fallen apart, everything has been destroyed. You start second guessing who you are. It's just like that emotional roller coaster. And I wanted to write that book, and I did it, and I was really proud of myself for that. Girlfriend Moments is a book where I wanted to write from the perspective of all my girlfriends. So what I did was I wrote it in a way where we were sitting down having conversations. And what would your girlfriend say if you were to ask them a question like, if a relationship started with sex, would it last? And you, if you have, well, since females who have all plethora of girlfriends, you have that girlfriend that's like, yeah, of course it would. Shoot, I had sex on the first date and we still together, that kind of thing. And then you have that girlfriend that's like, nobody wants to buy the cow when they can get the milk for free. So she's over here like, this is terrible. Nobody want to be with you, so anything. You have that princess, and she's like, oh, I would never. And so I wanted everybody to see those different points of view when you just talk with your girlfriend. So that was a fun book to write as well. And I liked it. It was good.
Where can we get these books?
Everything is available anywhere books are sold. You can, well, not in stores, but you can order them online. So yeah, they are available online. Hit Amazon, of course. Amazon has everything, but they are available online.
And you also have albums. So you have Fire and Desire and The Pages of My Diary. Um, what's
So
different about recording poetry versus performing it live?
Oh, the energy is different. When you're recording poetry, it's just you in the studio, saying your words. Yeah, you're gonna put energy into it because it's yours and you want people to enjoy it. But it's nothing like being on stage, like feeling the vibe of the crowd and getting that
Yes.
person that, ooh, yeah,
That's why
snapping.
that's why I like the live shows. I like doing this live because there's an audience, people watch, and it's the energy of being in the moment now. Especially
Mhm.
after liver transplant, the sweetest joy is now. Right
Yeah.
now, this moment. I love that I'm talking to you, Karen. Thank you for being with me because now is a wonderful, wonderful moment. Um, right, so these records, how would you describe the sound, the music behind your albums?
Okay, so Fire and Desire has music behind it. That's the erotic album, just FYI for anybody that's trying to get some erotic poetry in there. Um, Different kinds of sounds, like it's a little bit of everything in there.
Mhm.
But the music I chose behind it, I felt like set the scene or set the mood for those erotic words to flow. So I kind of
Would you
enjoyed
describe
having those.
the style of music, like I want a picture in my mind, so to speak, of like how would you sound
Definitely
like?
like R&B with a little hip hop mixed in. That kind of feel. Does that help? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
totally. Who do you? I love R&B. I love hip hop.
Mhm.
Um, and I do these days. I appreciate it when they're
Yeah.
combined. And for when they first started doing it, when people started doing it a lot, a lot of the hardcore hip hop heads were like R&B, but
Yeah.
all of that stuff comes from R&B in the first place, right? Like all the
Exactly.
records.
It's all coming from jazz and the blues. All of this
Well,
stuff,
yeah,
all
right,
the music
yeah.
we
Jazz,
listen to
funk, R&B.
literally came from that. So, and I love jazz. I'll be absolutely honest. I
So do
absolutely
I.
love it. I think jazz
Okay,
is
let
like
me ask you
poetry
this.
without
All right. Like, speaking of jazz, if you could have one album, one jazz album to write to, what would it be?
Oh my God. Oh,
Some
man.
millionaire gives you an island that you have to a book. It commissions you for a book, but you have to listen to one jazz album on that album and write a book of poetry. It's the only album that you have. What is it?
It has to be that Miles Davis album that he
Bitches Brew.
wrote. The one that was inspired by his wife. I cannot remember the name of
Bitches
it.
Brew. I think it's
There you go.
Bitches Brew. Yeah.
There it is. Yes.
That's an
I
album.
would
That's a great album. Yeah.
I would probably be like, if I could, I know it would never happen. I don't know. You never know. Somebody might be like, you can take this one track. Who knows? But yeah, If I was on an island,
So
that would be.
get this. Check this out. First of all, we have some people in the audience. Miss So Narcissistic says, evening all. Never did night for fireplay, but this is a great transition. Sunshine. Sunshine asks, amazing. Wonderful in all caps. Hot poem. Thank you for sharing yourself and your poetry with us, Wintah Storm. That could be cute. We're 45 minutes into this thing already. And do we have another poem in you?
Yes, I can.
All
I
right.
can. You definitely can.
All right.
I'm gonna do
Are
one
you
more
ready?
erotic. It's gonna be inspirational at the end. So one more erotic piece, if that's okay.
Just sounds like I was thinking the same thing. I wanted to go hard with the first one and then be uplifting at the end. Yeah.
There.
All right. Yeah, you and I. Yeah, totally. All right. I'm gonna let my ladies and gentlemen, Wintah Storm, also known as Karen Joyner.
He looked me dead in my eyes and labeled me a freak. I guess that's because I kept on coming till his knees got weak. I guess somebody should have warned him. I give head like a motherfucking beast. When it comes to sex, I have no time for games. I'm trying to bust a nut so good my mother feels it in her veins. Drown your throat in my juices to the point you forget your own name. Have you standing up on stages talking about her vitamin P? Maybe it's good for the brain. See, I'm trying to be sucked, stuffed, and fucked until the cops come knocking. And they might as well join in because ain't no way in hell we stopping. Especially when you done made me wait all week for you to get this pink pussy popping. So baby, go ahead and hit it on the right side so you can make my pussy heartbeat stop throbbing. See, I've been told men from down south give you dick like you begged for it. And if he can work my mouth, my pussy, and my ass, I just might pay him for it. And then I was told that pussy eaters don't stop until you bust an orgasm for him. And if he can make me have multiple orgasms, I let him put his fucking name on it. See, I'm trying to bathe in your cum. Enjoy the taste of you as you linger on my tongue. Let you drip down my breastplate and rub it in to keep my skin feeling young. Suck you down like I ordered you from Dick Donald's and baby, your combo number one. So maybe he was right when he labeled me a freak. I say don't believe that shit. Step up to the plate. See if I can fuck your ass to sleep. And that's that piece. I hope you enjoyed it.
I loved it. Oh my god. Was it bathed in your cum? And of course, I never thought like a poet, like it takes a poet to make Pink Pussy Poppin' sound so elegant. You really you made it, you pulled it off, and you made like it could have came off. So you made well done, Karen. Right. I'm so glad you're on this show. Oh, look at this. Sunshine. Oh yes. Damn, yes. Amazing. What I'm talking about.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
yeah, and that's trust me, if Sunshine likes it, you definitely do something right. Yeah, she edits my stuff. She helps me edit my stuff. And yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on, shall we? All right, phenomenal times three. What is the story behind this?
Somebody asked me or paid me to do a poem for a pageant for plus size ladies. And I was like, I sat for the longest trying to come up with something that would be amazing. And Maya Angelou, of course, right, wrote amazing, a phenomenal woman. By far is an amazing piece.
Yes.
It resonates forever. And I was like, how can I take what she wrote and go to the next level with it? And not that it's anything close to hers, but I felt like I took her energy and put it into Phenomenal Times Three, which is one of my inspirational pieces. And I feel like it's one that resonates with so many women. because it is about the uplifting and the being comfortable in your own skin and the things that you go through and still surviving it all. And realizing you are phenomenal times three. You're not just basic, you're more than basic. So, yeah.
My Angelo has this amazing quote that I actually I wrote it. I used to because I love quotes,
Yes.
and she has it's if you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. I
Oh,
always love it.
oh,
I always love that. And like give
mm.
me it gave me it, you know permission to be myself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Such a
Because
great.
we're so different. Like, it's so many times people try to fit you into a box, but when you can't fit
Yeah,
in the box, you have to embrace who you are. This is just not how I look at life. This is not how I think about it. This is just not me. I gotta be who I am. And if the world don't like it, oh well. I can't change it.
you have to embrace you embrace who you are. See, this is why I stall my own show to write. Uh, all right, let's. I want to talk about you co-founded P.E.A.C.E.
Yes.
to use the arts for positive change. What is peace? What inspired peace? And I'm talking about your organization, not and in general too. We can talk about that as well.
So actually, this organization is the brainchild of my husband, Jamal Washington. So for years, he had a vision. He was working in the prisons in the DJJ system, and he was like, "There, he loves poetry. He's another humongous poet, and he was like, poetry can open doors to so many things, and the arts. These kids need the arts. They need this. They want to express themselves, and they don't know how to." So he had it literally sitting for, I would say, about 2 or 3 years. And then finally, the opportunity presented itself where him, myself, and our other partner, Brittany Jones, could sit down together, and we came up literally, finally just did what we had to do to make this nonprofit come. Poetry, entertainment, art, community education, because the arts open so many doors. We just got away from that. I was born in 1977. So in my era, in my growing up, arts was a humongous thing. There were every art class, drama, all of those things were
I don't
huge.
know what I'd be without it. I honestly don't.
Exactly.
I wouldn't
Music.
have a personality.
No. To come to this era now where we just started feeling like the arts weren't important. Like we took it out of schools, we took it
It's
out of
terrifying.
community. Oh my God. We took all of the creative juices away from kids. And we just wanted to bring it back. So we offer opportunities for kids to express themselves through any medium, all across the board, free of charge. We want to provide everything they need so they can be their creative selves. We have an outreach program that is working with parents of special needs kids so that again they have a way to help their kids and find the help that they just can't find anywhere else. And we have a tribe slam team, which is number one in South Carolina, 15th in the country, where we are poets that come together and we are writing, we are performing, we go anywhere if we can
I
get
love
there.
hearing that.
We are
It's just, I
constantly.
love that. So good.
Yes, yes, yes. And we got to. Somebody has to do it. Why not us? So we're
Yeah.
in there.
Oh, this is what that's poets make other poets step up their game. It's a
Yes,
wonderful thing. So,
yes.
what impact have you seen so far for peace with P.E.A.C.E.?
Oh man, so much. Like, we literally have seen young people come and create masterpieces. Unfortunately, we only have 2 hours. But I have seen them come and sit have conversations that I'm totally clueless on. Just want to put it out there. But the community that form with each other, to be around other artists, because artists speak a different language. And when you can provide a space for those artists to get together and to watch those kids just be free, like the weight of the world is off their shoulders. They are laughing, they're talking. That is amazing. We've been able to help several families through our outreach program with Strength, Courage, and Wisdom, which is the name of the initiative for the parents with special needs kids. We've been able to help several families with things like just a day out, a day of beauty, toys for their kids, resources that they didn't know were available, coming in and finding somebody to repair something that has gotten broken, like all of those things. And then with Tribe itself, Tribe has been such a voice in the community. We've teamed up with our city of Columbia. We've teamed up, we've been to daycares, we've been to homeless shelters. Like we were in a daycare with these young kids, and to watch them just fall in love with words, like it was amazing, to the point they were like, when you coming back, are you coming back again, like I want to see you again. Like that is just a blessing to me. So we've been, the impact has been so great, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
So inspiring. And one thing, you know, someone like you know, I see that, I see the passion, I see the light. You know what I mean? I always say that, I talk about how some people have this thing called the old light. You know, that it doesn't matter where they're from, or you know, with race or money or anything like that. It's just, there's certain people that just have this goodness inside of them, this fire, this light. You know, and I try to surround myself with people like that. You know what I mean? And I can see that in you. All right,
Yeah.
let's go
All
on.
right.
Helping other poets, and because you
Oh,
have this light that I say, you help other poets. You want to see poets succeed if they're good, especially. You know what I mean? And even if they're bad, you want to. I mean, you don't want bad poetry, so you help make them good. um, how do you help new poets find their voices?
so here's what I've done. And I actually do workshops as well. Poetry Unplugged is a workshop series that I started to work with poets. So here's what I found out. Everybody knows, everybody can write. Everybody can write. But everybody doesn't know how to accept criticism on their writing, because a lot of people don't know how to criticize you in a nice way to get you motivated to write better. Because we're sensitive, we're artists, but we're sensitive about our shit. You know, if you tell me my poem was bad, I'm gonna look at you like, what you mean my poem bad? You know, we kind of get offensive a little bit. So there is a finesse. I feel like I have a finesse where I can be like, yo, that was good, but I know you can dig deeper. I know you can get better. I know there's something else in here. If you just go one more step further, I know this poem can go from okay to good, from good to great, from great to amazing, from amazing to forever linked in history type poems. And that takes you being able to listen to the poet, to the person, and just go into them and pull it out. So for me, that's what I do with new poets. If I'm listening to you and I think your poem is good, but I know you got something else in there, it's the way we sit down and talk. It's the way we dive deeper into it. Let's talk about the poem. Let's have the conversation about the poem. And then we pulling out stuff that, oh, see what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, now I get it. Now we done made the poem better.
All right. That's I use the sandwich method, which is a
Mm.
positive, something very positive and genuine. Because I see the beauty in everything.
Right.
You know, um, in a positive, but you know, the criticism, if any kind of criticism, if they ask, don't they ask? I don't just say,
No.
you know, I
No.
don't, you know, but if they ask, that, you know, I sharp criticism that can make a positive change is important. And then you
Mhm.
end it with something all very positive as well. That's also genuine. That's how it is. That's my
Definitely.
style.
You
Uh,
always go back to the positive. Always.
is poetry a form of activism?
Oh, for sure. Oh, come on. All of these great poets of the past, like I Too Sing America is one of my favorite poems by Langston Hughes. And if that doesn't get you to that point where you want to be active and you want to make change, where you want to stand, like poetry definitely is it. You can't, how do you even have a movement without poetry? You can't. Like every movement, you can connect poetry to it. It's impossible to have any type of activism. It's impossible to have any movement. It's impossible for anything to grow if poetry is not a part of it. You have to have it.
All right. It's wonderful. Poetic exercise. Okay. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I'm having trouble with this one myself. But who
Okay.
knows? I'm curious, all right? So let me set it up for you.
Mhm.
There's a vulnerability in art. You know, all there's a phrase that all art is just the pursuit of passion, right? Um, that's one phrase that someone said. Um, but there's vulnerability, and the
Right.
vulnerability that resonates with you with other people. There's also vulnerability in love and kink, specifically kink. I wrote love, but this is your kinky friends. Let's talk kink. Um,
Right.
so that those two vulnerabilities in the art and kink, you know, there's a connection between that. So what one word or phrase would you use to describe that connection between the vulnerability in art and the vulnerability in kink?
Mm. My one word would be, well, it's okay. Well, my one phrase, confessions of the soul. That to me puts it all together because, yeah, yeah, confessions of the soul.
Right. Yeah, I love that. That's good. That's good. All right. This is all right. If kink and desire were a performance
Mm,
piece, let's say you were hired for like a bunch of poems and the theme was kink, there's a performance piece. What would be the first line?
my first line would be, look me in my eyes and tell me you want me. That would be my first line.
That's
I like
great.
this.
If you were gonna do a performance piece, right?
Mhm.
Now this is for real. If you were really gonna do a performance piece, and the theme was Kink Helps Kink, what would be your first line?
Kink helps kink. Even bent over, I know there's power. That would be my first line.
Let's talk about the future. What projects are you currently working on? Books, performances, albums?
So, man, I feel like I'm working on everything and nothing at the same
Yeah.
time because so much stuff on my list.
Right? I feel the same way. I have basically two books, a musical. How the fuck am I
Do
gonna
you
do that?
understand?
It's a whole art project, and plus I have a live show, people. I got a live
Oh,
show.
wow.
Yeah. But here to answer the question, what projects are you currently working on? Books, performances, albums.
Okay. So major projects right now. I am working on my pain album, poetry album, because I went through some stuff. I went through some stuff, and it was not as nice as I wanted it to be in life at that point in time. So I'm writing. I wrote a lot of stuff out of that area of pain. So I'm making the album for it because that's what poets do. So I'm in the process of doing that. I am in the process of finishing a book that I co-wrote with somebody is called Nightcap, a conversation between lust and love. So I'm in the middle of making it into an album. Like I don't know if I want to publish it as a book or if I just want to sit down and just have it as a poetry album and y'all just sit and listen to it all day. I don't know. So I've had it for a while and it keeps going back and forth. I don't know which way I want to go
Why
with
not
it.
both?
Why not both? You're right. Why not both? That's the easiest way to do it. That's probably what I need to do because it's been sitting on my shelf for a few years. I'm embarrassed to say how many years I've had it just sitting there.
Do
I
it.
am.
Get it. Do it. You know what? We are not promised tomorrow. We are not promised tomorrow. Do it. Please do it.
Do
I would love to see it. Oh, and speaking of, I gotta to promote this. I'm doing a live show. The theme of the show is Kink Helps Kink. This is a it would be at Mischief Manor. It's limited. We're recording a podcast and we want an audience. You know, and it's gonna be cool. We're gonna have some surprises, some people, some special guests. You know me. I am I'm a fun person. I'm cool,
Yeah.
kind, keep an open mind. Join the show, support. I want to do other live shows, and every live show is going to be different with different people, and should be very fun. Sense of community, you know, cool, kind, and open minded. Yes, yes. Let's move it on. Let's move it on. Okay. BDSM lifestyle. Without giving too much away, you're currently in a BDSM lifestyle, and what's the dynamic?
So I am married and we are open. Um, Open interesting is what I like to call it, because of the different mind frames that my husband and I have. For me, in our relationship, I want to have different sexual partners. I'm not necessarily trying to be in love with them. I don't want all that extra stuff. I want to be that dominant sexual partner with someone else and then come home and be all the love and pouring all that into my husband. My husband likes the connections. So he is more of, he wants to have another person in his life that he can connect with and love and that kind of thing. So we operate openly interesting in our lifestyle. Um, we both enjoy BDSM. Certain parts of it, I enjoy a little deeper than he does. Like I said, the fire play, the knife play, but I do enjoy the spanking, the flogging lightly. I love electro play. I'm more out there with some of the different types of kinks in there, but he enjoys kind of watching. He's a watcher. He participates from time to time, but you know, I'm like, let's do this, let's do that.
That's beautiful. Seriously, I love seeing kinky couples doing a
Yeah.
thing, being successful, having, you know, I'm sure there's ups and downs in every relationship, you know, but
Oh yeah.
that's a relationship. The fact that you have a relationship is a beautiful thing. A lot of people are alone. You know what I mean? So you really,
Exactly.
yeah. All right. Rapid fire kink advice. Rapid fire kink advice. Okay.
Mhm.
So we're gonna start off real tame, but then we get a little wild. All right. You restrain someone and their arm goes numb. What do you do?
Ooh. So I am going to let them loose, unrestrain them, and we're going to have a light conversation. And I am going to begin the massaging to try to bring the feelings back into their limbs. That's good.
All right. A kinkster shows up way too high. What do you do?
Mm, I can't engage. If you're
Okay.
way, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
All right. All right. A friend of yours met someone else online and wants to give them all of their money. What do you do? What do you tell them?
First of all, that's not gonna happen. We're gonna have a real conversation. That's why I'm gonna get real with them. Look, we don't do that. You don't know them. That is not how we operate. If
Now
you
that's
don't
a
sit
good friend.
down, yeah, we're stopping that. No.
No, that's a good friend. Yeah. All right. Rapid fire kink advice. All right. A kinkster keeps on talking politics that you do not agree with, and they just won't stop. How do you address it?
Oh, mm. So I've had this happen before. Um, I have tried the whole I try to shift. I try to shift nicely, let's shift the conversation. Like you said, when they don't stop, we walk together. And that walking that they think we're just walking and talking is really me walking you out of the door. You gotta leave because you're gonna make everybody else uncomfortable. You're gonna make
Yes.
you're changing the environment in a way that it's just not gonna happen. So I'm gonna make them leave the place. We're gonna walk our way out so that I can get a little, so I can get unpolitically correct and tell you what's really getting ready to happen to you if you don't stop. So that kind of thing is probably gonna happen.
We had another one. I didn't write it, but
Oh,
there's one. I don't know. All right, I'll do it. All right. This is really for the dominatrixes, the professional dominatrixes, because the political one, a lot of dominatrixes that I know who are on the show, they just say like they just don't stop talking about politics, and then the hour's up, and you're like, we're done. Like your whole session's up, or the 3 hours is up, or whatever. Like, we just talked about politics. Um,
wow.
yeah, but what if someone is plotting to kill a CEO executive of a major healthcare company in New York City, and then
I don't even have a response.
that's, you know what that is? That's a dungeon problem. When's the last time you solved a dungeon problem? What was it, and how did you solve it?
Let's see. The last time I saw a dungeon problem. Oh, hmm. Oh, okay. So, I think one time I was at a dungeon event and the person got a little too intoxicated during that time. So I was, and it was starting to cause a couple people to be uncomfortable. So I'm a very friendly person. So I kind of, just kind of became their buddy for a little while. I'm gonna be your buddy. I'm kind of pouring them non-alcohol. Okay, we're gonna slack about the alcohol for a little while. That kind of thing. That I became their little buddy to kind of, I got them. They're not gonna do anything else, kind of thing. I ain't really like it, but I just did it because I like for people to have a good time. And when you're ruining somebody's good
Yeah.
time, I don't like that. I don't like that.
What about AI and kink? How have you been involving with AI?
I have mixed feelings about AI. I really do. Like I like it for what it's doing, but I think that sometimes it's just too much. It's just too much.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I don't know how AI and kink are going to pair so well as we evolve together. I feel like people are going to use it negatively as opposed to the positivity that can come out of it. I feel like this is where people that don't understand our community is going to use it to kind of, in a sense, destroy us. And I don't like it. I think that's what people would end up doing with AI for us, where it could be so great. I think people are going to use it in an attempt to destroy all of the beautifulness that Kink has to offer.
A friend of mine, um, says often, almost becoming like a mantra, it's making us less human, it
Oh, for
seems.
sure.
AI is making us less human. All right, let's play it. Let's have some fun. Would you rather? Would you rather? All right, Karen, you have to choose one or the other. You can't choose a little bit of both. It's either
Okay,
or.
okay. All
It's
right, all
would
right.
you rather?
Okay.
All right. Oh, this is a session. Would you rather have it be all psychological or all physical? One or the other.
All
Would you rather?
physical. All
All
physical.
physical. Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Action. Yes. You know what? You know what? I think that's very telling. You're a real poet because you have
Yeah.
so many words inside you, and like you're just surrounded by words, words, words. Sometimes you just need action. Right on. Yeah. That's why powerful business people go to dominatrixes to be shit on.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. They have money for their toilet coffin. All right. Would you rather, Karen, would you rather experiment with a new kink or just do the standards?
Oh,
One or the
experiment
other.
with a new king.
Right.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
That's why.
I would have
Right.
never
That's
got
my
to
own
the fire
heart.
play and night play if I didn't say, I'm gonna try that. When I saw it, yeah, let's go.
I gotta hook you up with Sir Aiden. You'd love Sir Aiden Charming. You two would definitely get along, and just to exchange ideas. I'm gonna try to hook that up. I'm gonna hook it up on this show. All right. Would you rather? Would you rather a detailed plan session or a spontaneous session?
Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Oh, that's a hard one for me. I'm gonna go with a detailed plan session. And I'm
Right.
only saying that I love spontaneity. Don't get me wrong. I love spontaneity. I do. But I kind of know what I want if I'm going into especially if I'm making an appointment for a session, I know what I want. So
Mhm.
yeah, I need you to stay in that arena for me.
Speaking of spontaneity, when
Mhm.
you're performing live, do you ever freestyle?
Oh yeah.
Like no, like in your prepared poems, do you ever like go off book in the poems, like in the one that you've read over and over again?
There
So
have
do
been
you do it
moments that
off?
I forgot the words. Yeah. When I forget
Yeah.
the words,
Oh yeah, I've done
I
that.
just keep going. I just make up something else and keep going.
I've done that. All right. Would you rather one or the other? Okay. Sensory deprivation, which blindfolds, earplugs, or sensory overload. There's ice, hot wax, music in a session.
Deprivation. Okay, let's go deprivation. Yeah, yeah.
Deprivation. All right. Yeah, I
That's
get
a hard
that
one because I like both of those, so that's a hard one.
too. All right. Self-care rituals. I have this new ritual, and it's helping me out. It's a mixture of many things, but it really sets the tone and sets the narrative, and it gives me, it's meditation, exercise, and these certain things. I don't get it. I don't pick this up. I don't look at Facebook or Twitter or FetLife or X or FetLife or Instagram or any of that stuff. I wait till the meditation and breakfast is, then I'm ready to start my day.
Yeah.
I want to write my own narrative for the day. I want to
Yeah.
set the tone and the character for the day, for the whole story, which is every story is a day, right?
Hmm.
I could write the character, introduce the character well. That's what I'm doing, right? So, what are your self care rituals? What are you, especially the morning ones? What are the ones that like? Do you have one? Do you have any
So
any even writing?
I had to start one because I was not starting my mornings off healthy. So I do the deep breathing in the morning. So I'll get up and it's the deep meditating breath. No noise. I don't want any distractions if I can help it. So just the absolute silence, and the only thing I'm focusing on is my breathing. And I do that to just clear my mind because, like I said, I'm always thinking, I'm always running. I might have had a dream, and just it's always so much stuff and so many responsibilities because I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm aunt, I wear all these hats. So that has to happen. That deep meditation, that deep breathing, just releasing everything has become, it just means the world to me. And then I get down on my knees and I pray. I'm one of those people when I talk to God, I talk to God like me and you having this conversation. That's how we talk. I'm listen, God, I'm overwhelmed with this. This is bothering me. This is too much. I need a break from this. I need you to show me how to do this. I need it. I get it all out. All of the anxiety that I may have woken up with or that I may have carried over from the previous day, I just get all of it out and it just allows me to just be released. And now let me go into my day. Now, whatever comes in that day, at least I started it out without any of that. And then I might write a little blurb of inspiration or something like that to somebody, and I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Sorry, my day.
That's beautiful. Let's get silly. Kink Olympics.
Oh,
If you're gonna design a sport in the Kink Olympics, could be winter or summer.
okay.
What would it be?
It definitely be summer because I like hot. Um, my kink Olympic summer game would be naked, um, with the water balloons in the breast, and we have to transfer them from breast to breast and get down the line. That would be my kink summer Olympic game.
And, if you could wave a magic wand and change one misconception about being a kinky person, what would it be?
That we're all sexually deprived deviants that are just out here doing anything and everything because we have no morals. I would so change that. It's not true.
What was the last dream you remember?
Oh, the last dream I remember. Oh, well, so I was I was in I was in a hotel room um with my husband and our sexual partners at the time. We were all in the room having it started off as a conversation, we were just laughing, ha 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 ha. And of course it turned into the best group sexual experience I could have imagined at the time. Like I got to sit and be dominant and be like, you're gonna do this, and I want you to do that. And they were all doing what I told them to do. And then I got to participate and they were sitting in the corner watching. And it was like it was like everything I've always wanted to do. Like I've always wanted to sit and like direct the play, and it was like doing that, and then I'm the main star. So
Come on, internet, let's make this happen.
Oh gosh.
All right. Food. If you could describe your kinky persona as a meal, what would it be and why?
Oh gosh. If I was a meal, I would be pizza. Okay, so here's why. I would be pizza because I have so many different layers on top of me. Like you have this
Mm.
base of sauce. So like I'm this very beautiful base of chocolate. And then you're putting all of these amazing toppings on top of it. So I got these amazing breasts and it's great ass. And that's what pizza is, pepperonis and sausage and ham and
Yeah.
peppers and onions. So putting all
The poetry of pizza.
the poetry of pizza.
Okay. So this next one, I'm going to take myself out for you to answer. Okay. Karen,
Mhm.
let's be whimsical. We're dreamers, you and I,
Yeah.
right? Let's be whimsical. Let's say you have endless resources. You can go anywhere in the world, right? With anybody you want. You can basically do anything. And I usually say it's all kink and, blah, blah, blah. And it can be. But let's add poetry into it. What is your ultimate kinky and poetry fantasy?
So if I had unlimited resources, I would go to Paris because it is the city of love. And I, at my core, am love. I would go with my husband. We would travel the city, find exciting things to eat, exciting places to explore, find those little crevices that people talk about but don't really talk about. We would explore each other's kinks, each other's desires. We would swing a little bit. We would pretend a little bit, create our own story. We would stand in front of crowds and deliver poetry from the center of our souls, entrancing, enchanting everyone that stands there. And at the end of the night, we would relax in this luxurious hotel room, catered by some French chef who's cooking us this amazing meal. And then because we are kinky people, things would turn up right in front of the chef just because we could, just to see if he could keep his professional face when we start doing things that we shouldn't do in front of others, but we do in front of others. And then we would finally fall asleep, only to wake up in the morning and start all over again. That's what I would do if I had unlimited resources, and where I would go and who I would be with. Yeah, that's it. That would be me.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
That is beautiful. We have an interesting Here's a question that I forgot to ask, and I'm going to put it in. So give me a second, you know.
Mhm.
And it's a fun question, which I can't believe I haven't asked. This is before we get to the word association game. Okay.
All
So
right.
there are certain words, right? There are certain words that are used for the sexual organs, Aaron. That I don't know. They don't really sound that great. And there are other words like moist always come in. I don't like the word moist. Actually, it's funny is I think I use too much profanity, right? So
Uh-huh.
every time I curse, after I curse, I say the word moist because I hate saying the word moist. and
Oh,
and and then I get spanked if I'm around sunshine. But anyway, so these are the questions I have to ask you.
okay.
Or the question: what are some of the worst names for sex organs that you've ever seen used by authors or poets?
Oh,
I'll give you an
some
example: moist crevice.
of
I'll give you another one. How about this one? Turgid shaft.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
really
That
bad.
is awesome bad. Oh God, I can't even think of any. That is crazy. Like I can't think of any that were terrible. And I know there have been some. They just don't come to mind.
Love tunnel.
Oh, oh gosh. No, that's
You can check out
terrible.
all this in this article that I wrote with a bunch of author friends called Our BDSM Erotic Author Friends by Nicholas Tanek. It's on yourkinkyfriends.com. Please check that out. All right, let's move the show on. You're cool. Everything. Are you in a rush? Or you want to do some? You want to have a little fun? All
I'm
right.
here.
Word association game. All right. We're gonna get fun and weird and stuff like that. I'm gonna say a word or phrase. All right. And
Uh-huh.
it's gonna be kink related. You say the first thing that comes into your mind. Okay. So if I say chastity, you might say lock, right?
Okay.
But if I say chastity and you're thinking of Jamie Foxx, you could say Jamie Foxx. There's no wrong answer.
Right.
Maybe you're
Okay.
thinking about locking Jamie's cock up in chastity. I don't know.
I'm
You
here
know,
if I could. No, okay.
well, all I'm saying is that there's
Got
no
you.
wrong answer, Carrot. Right?
Okay.
Then there's the
Okay.
jar. I don't
Uh-huh.
know what's in this jar. There's a bunch of papers, so we're in this together. Okay, and I can pull it out, but let's just do one at a time. All right, you ready?
I'm
Word
ready. Right.
association. First words. It's supposed to be rapid fire. One other rule. I do not like the kink shame. This is a very positive show, so if I say a kink or something, please don't saying it. Don't be negative. Don't be hateful. Just say not my thing. You know what I mean? That's cool. All right.
Okay.
All right. Chastity.
Belts.
Face slapping.
Spit.
Suspension.
Floating.
Floggers.
Pain and pleasure.
Bullwhips.
Nipples.
Riding crops.
Hung low.
Candle wax play.
Beautiful masterpiece.
Puppet play.
Free spirit.
Public play.
Kinky.
The next weekend show we have this Sunday. The subject is public play. We're gonna have a panel episode this Sunday at 7 o'clock. You are more than welcome to join, Karen. You're a kinky friend now. So yes, it's only for your kinky friends. And you are one of them. And yeah, we're gonna talk about doing things in public, I'm gonna talk about making sissies, making women making sissies go out in public and do stuff. The highs and lows of that. All right, let's go on. Word association. Splashing.
Peeing.
Race play.
Derogatory.
Knife play.
Suspenseful.
Branding.
Ooh, painful.
Medical play.
Oh, surgical.
All right. We're going to the jar.
Okay.
Oh, wait. There's chastity right here. Golden showers.
Golden shower. Oh, beg me for it.
Milking machine.
Pretty titties.
Human sacrifice role play.
Brave.
Ambience.
Sweet and pleasant.
Music during a scene.
Jamie Foxx.
All right. How can wait, before we get to that. Rapid fire recommendations. Rapid fire
Okay.
recommendations. And this is, they don't have to be the be all end all of who you are. This is just, hey, this is something you're gonna like. And also, it kind of shows like what you like. Recommend a film.
Recommend any kind of film
And just
or
recommend a film. Yeah.
oh, Girls Trip. Oh, I would recommend that.
Recommend a book.
Oh wow. Chocolate Flavor by Zane.
But who's the author?
Zane.
Zane. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it was her and friends. I can't remember if it's just her or her and her friends. But yeah, Chocolate
Okay.
Flavor.
I'll check that. Recommend a song.
Sex.
Excuse me?
Sex by Jamie Foxx. SC.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. I recommend a television show.
Living Single. I know it's old, but I like this.
Oh no, it's old TV's great TV.
I
It got,
know. It's really good.
old TV's awesome. It raised us. So it's just like, come on. Wait. Recommend art. Any medium, living, dead, old, new, any medium, any kind.
Oh gosh, that's so wide.
Or an artist.
Michael Green, he is really good. He is really good. He has a painting that I still want to buy to this day. And I saw it in a gallery he presented and it just spoke to me. But at the time I didn't have the money to get it, but I have it now and I gotta find him and see if he still has that for sale. It was yeah.
Recommend a meal.
Pizza.
Yes. Right on. What have you wished you learned sooner?
To be myself, to embrace myself. I wish I would have learned that sooner. Because I was spending so much time trying to be what everybody wanted me to be. And it was a waste of time. Waste of time. Yeah.
Okay, we are coming to an end, but I do believe you have one more poem left, correct?
Yes, yes. In
Is
with
that
phenomenal times three, if that's okay. Little inspiration.
what?
Phenomenal
I'm
times
sorry?
three. I'm going to end with that one.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, good. I was hoping you would say this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to take myself out like last time.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wintah Storm, also known as Karen Joyner-Washington.
I have been determined to succeed since I was the age of 5. And yes, I've had some setbacks, but I will keep striving every day that I am alive. So if you come to me with foolishness, don't be surprised if I laugh in your face. See, I have no time for drama because I've been signed, sealed, and delivered by grace. See, I am not just simply phenomenal. I am phenomenal times 3. When I see a mountain, I command that mountain to move. And when I hear a song, I don't dance to their beat. I create my own groove. See, some of you prefer the stillness of a lake. But me, I prefer the vastness of an ocean, watching the waves give and take. See, I am not just simply phenomenal. I am phenomenal times 3. Just like you, I have been disrespected and the object of somebody else's lies. Have laughed when I wanted to cry and allowed fear to let opportunities pass me by. But God, see, God gave me strength to shake it all off and pack it under my feet, to stand tall and withstand any type of heat. See, I am not just simply phenomenal. I am phenomenal times three. I am a good friend, a great sister, an amazing mother, and ask my husband a show enough good lover. I can spend my Saturdays marching for a cause or with my head buried under the cover. See, I've been told you cute in the face, but you a little thick in your waist. And I keep wondering, is this your way of being nice to me or your chance to be mean to my face? See, I know this world. This world will prefer I stay some little mild-mannered princess. But baby, I stand before you a bold, full-figured queen. See, I am not just simply phenomenal. I am, you are, we are phenomenal times three. And that's that piece. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight.
Wonderful. Oh, you are, oh, Lady Red, great poet. Love you, Lady Red. What
Love
a
you.
wonderful, yes. Um, it's so good to be here. I want to, I would like to read a poem. And like I said, this is a communal poem. I first unveiled this poem at Mischief Manor. They were doing TED Talks. Thank you to Oracle Lady J, also known as Goddess Aurora. She gave me the theme song, the Your Kinky Friends theme song. I felt like the coolest poet in the world coming out there with a theme song. This is a communal poem. I want this to be added on and changed and morphed and evolved. I love the kink community. It has saved my life, and I want to express that. So I'm starting this project of the YKF Kink Helps Kink Art and Poetry Project. I want poets to tell their stories about how kink helped them and how they help others and how other kinky people help them. This is a culture, people, and we have to preserve it. And the only way we can preserve it is through each other and through our art and through our words. Do you want to be forgotten? Or do you want to be remembered? So join us. This is my poem. Kink helps kink. Think. We have beautiful powers. You have a voice of your own that can become ours. Think about all your past and future lovers, about your sisters and your brothers, and how we are not typical, not like the others. Kink helps kink. Think about traumas healed, how fantasies reveal as it all seems all too surreal. Kink helps kink. Think about the human touch, how it says so fucking much. Now a helping hand can eventually free this land. Kink helps kink. Think, what have you done with your life? Who are you to add to someone else's struggle, strife? It's all perspective. There's more than one use for a knife. So can you think? Kink helps kink. You are one of us. We are one of you together. There's nothing we cannot do. Kink helps kink. Kink. Whether you're lonely or sad, you found a place where you don't have to be mad. Cherish the memory of the experiences you just had. Kink helps kink. Think when you've got to get away, when you need some place to stay. It's the feeling that everything just may be okay. Kink helps kink. Think when you don't know who you are. Kink helps kink. Find out we are all made of stars. Kink helps kink. When you have nowhere else to go, kink helps kink. When you are completely and utterly alone, kink helps kink. When there's no one at the other end of the phone, kink helps kink. When you think you're going to die, kink helps kinks. When your life is falling apart, we still have our culture, we still have art. Kink helps kink. So I'm inviting you to join me in this fight. Kink, kink, kink against the dying of the light. You have a choice. You know you have a voice that you can call your own. All you have to do is pick up a pencil and write yourself a poem.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Let's wrap it up.
Mm.
We're all looking for something.
Mhm.
Where do you want your kinky path to take you next?
I want this kink path to open up these I want to be free. You know, I want kink to finally finish giving me my freedom. I still hold back. I still have so many things I want to experience. And the freedom that this has given me, I want to finish the journey. I'm just starting on my kink path, but I know there's so much that I have not even touched yet. And I'm just so open and so willing to experience it all. Yeah.
Want to be free.
I want to be
That
free.
catch on. Yes, that's oh, beautiful. Now, finally, complete the sentence. Life is
Always going to be what you choose to make it. Always.
wonderful. Thank you so much. How can people find you? How can people commission poetry from you? How can people, get in touch about creative projects, about live shows, about any kind of production, anything?
Anything.
Please,
Yes.
touch you.
I am on Facebook. You can look for Karen Joyner-Washington. I'm there. Or you can look up Wintah Storm, Wintah Storm. I'm there. I'm on Instagram under Karen Joyner-Washington. Um, if you want to go for peace, you want some nonprofit work going on, you can email me at peaceprogramoutreach@gmail.com. I got you there. If you want to email me personally and you want to talk, you can email me at kljoiner01@gmail.com. So I'm here. I'm everywhere.
Yes, I am. You have truly been an inspiration to me, uh, and tonight. Tomorrow, I think all of us watching this, anyone who sees this, are gonna go into the next morning with inspiration, with rhythm in their body and poetry in their heart. You know what I mean? And momentum. That's what you give us. Momentum.
Oh,
That's a beautiful, wonderful thing. Inspiration and momentum. Everybody, please get the inspiration to support the show. Here is my Cash App, YKF_Tanek. Go to yourkinkyfriends.com and please, the written word is very important. Read. If you take your broken heart, make it into art, as Carrie Fisher says. You can argue with Princess Leia. If you're ever dealing with grief, pain, or loss, that's what this book is about. It's about how the kink community. It's a tribute to people in New Jersey who helped me out and get through the pain and loss and grief and death. And how I made this transformation was through the love of a woman. And this is a tribute to her. The coolest way to kill yourself. No one kills himself in the book. It's a saying that she had. We're poets. We like metaphors. um, you can also get 15% off all inventory locked and lost with the offer code YKF. I highly recommend the crotch rocket, the squirt seconds. If you have someone in chastity, you could put a dildo on them and you could tease them and ride them all night long. Sunshine calls it the saddle. Yeah. So, oh, everybody, this is wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is going to be. We have some cool. We have a live show. We have Dirk Cooper on Sunday, and we got the It Public sex show, or talk about kink in public on Sundays. Everybody. It's going to be a great week. Stay inspired. Stay writing. Write. Express yourself. Be cool. Be kind. Keep an open mind. Have a great night. I absolutely love it.
Thank you.